Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to make a lemon basil chicken salad for our party tonight. So this is the chicken I use for this recipe. I got it from Aldi in their chicken section. So my hands are washed. The first thing I like to do is decide what cutting board I'm going to use. I prefer cutting meat and like chicken and all that on plastic cutting boards so the juices don't soak through the cutting board. Get my knife, which I already have, and then I take the chicken and I like to cut the fat off of the edges first. And I will get a bowl and just discard the fat parts into the bowl to throw away later, and I just cut my chicken, and this recipe calls for cubing it, so that's what I'm going to do. If you guys want to know the cutting technique I use, comment or message me to let me know you want to know, and I'll start showing that too in my cooking videos. So next I'm just going to cut the full bag of chicken up and trim all the fat. My cutting board isn't that big, so I'm going to take the pan. We are going to cook the chicken, and each piece of chicken I cook, I'm going to put it in the pan, but first I'm going to spray the pan. This is the cooking spray I use. I just spray it into my pan, make sure it's fully coated so none of the chicken sticks. And then after I cut each piece of chicken, I'm just going to scrape it into the pan. There we go. So we're going to do that for the full bag of chicken now. Now that all the chicken is cut, I'm going to turn on the burner on medium-high and let the chicken cook. While the chicken is cooking, I'm going to get a medium-sized bowl to mix and put the rest of the ingredients on. This is the bowl I'm going to use. While the chicken is cooking, you are going to want to periodically move it around, stir it, whatever you want to call it. You are going to want to do that periodically. Once the chicken is done cooking, I let it cool off in the pan for like 5 to 10 minutes, just so it's not going into the bowl piping hot. Okay, now that the chicken is cooked and cooled, I'm going to transfer it to the red mixing bowl. I'm going to be putting all my ingredients into. Get in there. So this is the Greek yogurt I use. It is available at Aldi's. You're going to use 1 cup of this into the bowl with the chicken and the other ingredients eventually. It is a lot of Greek yogurt, and that was the smallest container I could find, so that's why I kind of want to make this recipe again and show you guys how to make it. So it's kind of like my first cooking video, and the Greek yogurt isn't going to go to waste because the rest will be put into Zola's food bowls and meals. So that is the Greek yogurt into the chicken. The recipe calls for chopped pecans, but we have pecan pieces in our house, so that's what I'll be using. I'm all about using up stuff we have and not letting stuff go to waste. So you are going to want a cup of it. My cup's not full, but I'm going to open the other bag I have and fill the cup and then put it in the bowl along with the yogurt and the chicken in it already. So the recipe calls for fresh basil, but we don't have any in our house. I did just plant some seeds the other day to start growing fresh basil, so I don't have this issue anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of dried basil. And just going in the bowl with the other ingredients. This is the Parmesan cheese I'm using. Once again, it is available at Aldi, and you just need 1/2 cup of it. a little bit more than half a cup, but it'll be fine. Next is 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use store-bought lemon juice. I chose to use fresh lemon juice because we have fresh lemons in the house. And after squeezing the lemons, what I'm going to do is cut them up and put them in water for me to drink. Next is 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but due to my dad having a mini stroke in the past, I only use a dash of salt. I never put a lot of salt in my recipes because of that. Next is a dash of sugar. We did get the sugar bowl at Pierogi Fest last year, and we're just going to use a little bit of sugar. That should be enough. So you're supposed to use 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper seasoning, but we really don't keep lemon pepper seasoning in our house. We don't use it a lot. So I am using a citrus rub for barbecuing. Last time I used this, my family still ate it. They loved it. Michael really liked it, so that's why I'm making it again. And I don't really measure out the seasoning. I just kind of make sure it's covered and feel it in my soul when it's supposed to be done. I'm going to say that's good enough. It has a light dusting of the seasoning on it. So that's how much of the rub I use. Next, you just mix all the ingredients together. I guess you could use like a KitchenAid mixer to do this, but for some reason I kind of just like doing it by hand so I can make sure it's thoroughly mixed and I can see that all the pieces are covered correctly and coated and it's all good to go. And it doesn't take long to mix. Like, this is already almost done mixing. So it doesn't take that long to mix it all together. That's what it'll look like once it's all mixed together. Now you just cover and refrigerate before serving. Once you're ready to serve it, go ahead and if you want to, sprinkle parsley on top of it and then serve it. So what my family ended up doing is making sandwiches with it and having like a little chicken salad sandwich moment with this recipe, but you can also eat it on your own. It's up to you how you want to eat it. They really like the sandwiches. Mike literally had like 2 to 3 in one day.